Welcome back to another episode of Conversations from a Couch, not filmed on a couch.
Yet.
I'm one of your hosts, Leny, and the other host here is Danny.
Hello.
Today, I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. This is Danny's thing.
Give me 1 second while I look up everything that we typed down of what we're gonna talk about.
I forget we have a thing where we can both look at topics. I gotta get used to that.
Yeah. It's pretty weird, but we got it. Alright. This podcast is going anywhere. I'm just gonna edit this part out.
Oh, we have a special guest today.
We do?
My dog.
Oh, hi dog. Hi Zion.
Zai, he's sleeping at the edge of my bed on a pillow.
Cute doggo. Cute doggo. Alright, well, let's start off with one of the topics. We'll just jump right into it. Someone left a comment. I don't remember which video it was, but they said Bush did 9/11. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't know. It is pretty suspicious. All the reasons he would, but maybe it's just my mind being flooded by all of this propaganda. You know, I was young when Bush was in office. Can't say much about the guy. So that's one of those things that I'm not going to form an opinion on because I don't know enough about it. But the conspiracies, they're there. They're scary.
I remember back when we were in 8th grade, our reading teacher made us do a project of conspiracy theories, and that's the one that I choose was the theory how Bush did 9/11. And I remember I put so much effort and so much dedication into it, and she ended up canceling the project.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I had a pretty bomb presentation. I made it on Prezi.com, put all of these extra sources and these really cool conspiracies over hidden messages in music, and I had a bomb presentation. Oh, yeah, and then she's like, nope, project canceled.
I remember it was mostly about the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I did one over Hotel California.
Yeah.
Another one over if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, and then the other ones, I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty fun. I really loved your presentation too because I remember you showed me, and I remember talking to you about my presentation of how Bush did 9/11, like how hot that iron was on the building if it were to collapse, and
oh yeah,
there was bombs in the footage and all this other stuff. But if it was a yes or no thing, if I believe that Bush did 9/11, I'm just gonna say it was planned. I don't know if it was by Bush, but I know it was planned. What about you?
Beats me. I don't want to say yes because I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to rule it out.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know. The whole thing is pretty fishy.
Really? Really fishy? Alright, we'll go to the next topic, I guess. Let's see. Alright, this was something that I talked to my girlfriend one night, and got into a deep conversation about it. Kind of made me think. And I put it on the little thing, the list that we got going on here. And the cause of motivation, what causes people to be motivated to do stuff. And by that, do you have to be happy or sad? It's more common when you're happy or sad that you do more stuff. And I feel like mostly when you go through a depression, I find the more motivation when I go through a depression or when I'm sad about something. Is that just me or is that with you too?
I don't know. When I'm sad, I get absolutely nothing done.
Hmm.
When I'm sad, I tend to like eat. My favorite foods are soup, chunky soup, and ice cream. So I just like indulge myself, watch movies, read a book when I'm sad. When I'm motivated, it's like I have to be really bored out of my mind. Like that one day I asked you, like, yo, what are you up to today? It's nice out.
Oh yeah, you wanted to go
And
to
you're
the.
like, oh, I'm hanging with my girlfriend. I'm like, cool, all right.
All right,
So I
see ya.
sat on my floor and recorded a bunch of music all day. I was so bored that I was productive. Sometimes I get really bored and just clean out my closet, clean the house, clean my room, bathe my dog, fix my bike. I don't know. Let's rebuild an engine of a car. I don't know. I get bored and start doing stuff. That's probably how I got the idea for this podcast. I was just so bored. I was like, hey, let's do something.
Let's do something. Well, apart from the idea, we'll add on to that later because that leads into another topic. But um, I don't know because she said uh she was saying how when she gets really upset, she likes to draw and she gets motivation from like of like current events of why she's sad. And like sometimes what she draws like it kind of reflects on that. And I was like, I mean, that's her way of like dealing with like sad parts in her life. I mean, I know with me, I also like to draw, but not as often. Once I get sad, I just like to complete games, get all the trophies and all that other stuff. But I also like to like I love to draw when I'm upset. I love to work on the computer when I'm upset. Just random stuff on the computer too.
I
Why?
no.
Oh,
Uh, I am awful at drawing. I have no skills.
you love to paint, or like that one time that you did paint, you did love to paint.
Oh yeah, I do paint sometimes. Art stuff is a little pricey,
Yeah.
but I am pretty okay at painting. I cannot draw to save my life though. Though I have a lot of ideas. When I get upset, I write.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Think that's what you and I always love to do when we're both upset is what we write a lot, like a lot.
Sometimes I'll write about what's happening. Other times I'll just come up with the story idea and start writing. But then once that being upset period is over, I just gotta drop the project and never touch it again.
Yeah. Um. See, I have this movie notebook that I started like in eighth grade and on to like high school, on to like right now. Um. Like when like bad stuff would happen, I just wrote all these crazy nonsense ideas for movies, and I even there's still a lot of them that are in there that I absolutely like love and would love to like do something with it one day. But as of right now, I do not find the motivation to do something movie wise. I don't have an idea in my head. It's just like I feel fine right now to where I don't have anything to write anymore, which is kind of weird. Like in the middle of being happy and sad, you're just kind of there now.
Yeah, same thing here. Like, up until my dog is trying to balance on my leg, and it's the funniest thing. He keeps falling. But there was a point in like seventh and eighth grade, I was depressed. There was like no otherwise. I was just sad all the time. I wrote, made stories, thought of things that didn't matter. And like now, I'm alright. I don't know why I was so sad.
I think just everyone goes through that weird stage in eighth grade or like middle school where you're just like, I'm sad. you know, Start playing My Chemical Romance and
Oh my god, he's stepping on my computer.
poor doggo. But yeah, what you're saying about the podcast, and this leads into the next topic. The inspiration we got from this podcast is from a dude named Zach and his Chillcast.
Yes, that guy,
That dude,
Zach.
Zach. My
I
cousin.
don't know much about him. This is Danny's thing.
Yeah, this is more of my thing than her thing, but my cousin showed me him, and I watched some of his videos, and I actually I tuned into one of his live streams where he was doing a podcast, and I actually really loved it. And I remember I sent Leny here a Snapchat of a video of me watching it, and she was like, "Wow, that's really cool. I wish I could do something like that." It sounds like I'm reading from a script, but this is actually how we were. we were we
Yes.
were actually like, wow, we should actually do something apart from just saying, because her and I always say that we're gonna do everything in the world, and then we don't.
Yeah, we have all of these like crazy ideas, and then we don't ever do anything about them. And so it just kind of falls in the sad land of ideas that never happened.
Yeah,
So this is cool. Like we actually made it happen.
yeah, and I just want to thank him again. I know last night I looked on the channel and I saw that we got like more views. I don't know, it just made me more happy because I didn't look at the channel for a good fat minute for a couple of days, and I looked back on it and I saw that, and I was like, oh, I want to text Zach now because he's a lot of the inspiration for this. Just tell him thank you. This was like I love what he does. His name's Zach Minyard. He's a cool dude. I've met him like twice before.
Yes, thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach. Yeah, I love his chillcast. He does his chillcast every other Sunday. I think this upcoming Sunday he's gonna do another chillcast, if I'm not mistaken. Like around like 7.
Well, I will be tuning in because I actually have not heard his Chillcast, but I, saw his live stream.
Yeah, a couple times. But yes, thank you, Zach, and we really appreciate you. All right, well, we'll move on to the next topic, which I feel like this will be the big topic that we talk about that's going to go on to next episode, which is the Academy Awards. Yes,
Academy Awards.
the
As I
Oscars.
said before in another episode, I don't really keep up with movies. That's not my jam. So I can't give super educated opinions on awards and what movie deserved what.
Yes,
But I
but
definitely tuned in.
this is my Daily Jam Jam. This is what I live and die for, is the Oscars, is movies in general. And boy, this year there was a lot of stuff going on.
Oof.
A lot of oofs thrown in there. I think we'll just like dive right into like the big thing, the big award, Best Picture. So I've seen half of them already. I need to watch the other 4 that I haven't watched, and I'll just go down the list first. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice.
A Star Is Born.
Yes, I'll let Leny here explain her love for A Star Is Born.
Okay. Well, it all started in October. No, I don't know when it started, but I remember seeing some other movie and then seeing previews for A Star Is Born in the theater, and I was like, "Wow, that looks pretty sick." I mean, Bradley Cooper, his movies are always pretty good, and I am obsessed with Queen Gaga, my love. So this was perfect. I saw the movie and it was amazing. Like, I don't ever want to see any of the other A Star Is Born movies because this one was so great. I saw it twice in theaters. That has never happened before. I've never seen a movie twice in theaters. So this was something I really loved.
Yes.
And then the soundtrack. God, the soundtrack
The soundtrack.
touched my soul. And
Actually,
it's not like one of those annoying, it's not like a musical, like High School Musical, where you wouldn't listen to the soundtrack outside of the movie. It was just beautiful.
it's absolutely
And
beautiful.
who knew Bradley Cooper could sing?
Or direct. He directed it too, which is pretty awesome.
After all the movies he's been in, he's finally directed his own, and it was amazing. Just mwah,
Mwah.
perfect.
So I'm pretty sure you can tell what Lenny's going for. for any
Yes, I
cate-
am very passionate.
for any
And the
category that
what?
I'm saying, like for any category that A Star Is Born is in, you're gonna vote for that. God willing.
Oh yeah, all of the other movies you mentioned, I haven't seen The Favorite. I really wanted to though,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen Green Book. What were the other ones?
Black Panther, Klansman, Bohemian, Roma, and Vice.
I haven't seen Vice or Roma either, so I can't vote on those. Maybe they are good movies. Maybe I like them more than A Star Is Born, but probably not.
Probably not. That's what I was about to say. Um, Going through the list, I haven't seen Vice, Green Book, or The Favorite yet. I have watched Black Panther, Klansman, Bohemian, and Roma. And out of those four that I did watch, the two that I'll see the runner-ups are Bohemian and Roma. Uh, let's just go right into it. Black Panther is nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I know I should be like, oh yes, Black Panther, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Marvel. Like, it was a good movie. Would I watch it again? Probably not.
Um, See, my thing is, it's not Marvel. Like, I know I complained to Lenny here about how Black Panther got a lot more nominations than Infinity War, which I felt like was a far spectacular movie than Black Panther, and I can go on and on and on and on. How it was with the CGI, the acting, the everything. Well, not everything. I mean, there's some things that Black Panther did like far better than Infinity War too, like production, design, and I guess the soundtrack too. I don't know, but I'm mad and also happy that Black Panther is nominated for Best Picture. Like this is a big thing for superhero movies because I remember last year like it was a big thing when Logan was nominated for best adapted screenplay. I think it was, or original screen. I'm pretty sure it was adapted. But from that to like a Marvel movie for being Best Picture, that's that's something. But I'm just kind of I think the only reason why the Academy did this is because it's Black Panther.
I can't take Marvel movies seriously. I've only seen the first Avengers and then Spider-Man Homecoming and the Black Panther. Those are like the only three Marvel movies I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I can't stand them.
I don't know
I'm
why,
sorry, but I can't do Marvel.
but the thing that upsets me, like in the past, there's far more better movies than the Black Panther that came out before. And like my main example that I've been yelling out is A Dark Knight. A Dark Knight got an award for Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, and understandable. I love Heath Ledger as a Joker, but I felt like that could have been that is a best picture right there. But that in comparison with Black Panther, I just think it takes time for the Academy to realize there's great movies apart from every other drama movies there are out here. It's always being released.
There are definitely far better movies. But I mean, I haven't seen Infinity War.
It was great.
I just know it's Marvel and I can't take them seriously. I never thought of Marvel movies as like a production, something that could be nominated for awards. I don't know why that never just clicked that it is indeed a movie and can win awards.
Yes.
I always thought of it as more of a fun thing. This is what the fans want, not like this is what is going to get us awards.
I know, even before then, I remember it wasn't Civil War. It was Captain America Winter Soldier. That was nominated for something. I think it was the visuals. I doubt that was for it, but I don't know. It was for something. I was actually pretty shocked about that. And there's also been like very few nominations for Marvel movies and DC movies here and there sprinkled around the years. Excuse me, but I don't know. But if I were to think as of right now, my vote, it would probably be Bohemian Rhapsody.
I don't
That,
know.
and I'm just only saying that just because I've only seen those four. Roma was really good, but I feel like that's just gonna win every other award, like uh, directing, and I know it was for directing and best foreign film and stuff, which I'm actually proud of Roma. It's the first. I don't know if it's the first, but it's a Netflix original, which I never thought a Netflix original would be nominated for anything.
It is?
Yeah,
Oh, how have I not seen it yet?
yeah, it's a
Crazy. I'll watch it.
Spanish movie. It's pretty good. Uh, if we're gonna keep on talking about the Oscars, for best original song, I feel like, I mean,
Shallow?
I think it should obviously go to Shallow,
Beautiful song.
but then you also have, you also gonna have your Black Panther song, All the Stars, which is not a bad song. Mary Poppins Returns, their song that they did, The Places Where Lost Things Go. It's pretty awesome. But my pick would be Shallow. I've listened to all of these songs, and I think Shallow will win it. That's a pretty strong song.
Yeah, it's a powerful one. With the Black Panther, the soundtrack, everyone was like, oh my god, the soundtrack, it's beautiful, it's wonderful.
Oh yeah,
It
they're
sounded
obsessing.
like every song ever on the radio. They
Hmm.
only play like five songs, and they're the songs that don't make sense.
Yeah,
Like, as great as the movie was, and I feel like I'm supposed to like it because everybody else is obsessed with it,
yeah,
the soundtrack was just pretty plain. Like, think of every black artist ever.
yeah.
Sometimes the music isn't that great. I should probably explain I am black. I feel like I have a right to say this. I have a position to say this.
Yeah,
Um, the soundtrack was just very basic. Like, there was nothing to it.
yeah.
All songs that weren't made for the movie. There might have been a couple in there, but they were just very basic and plain, typical.
Typical songs, typical rhythms and beats, just repeat and repeat. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel Shallow is original, and it was made for the movie by people in the movie. It
I,
had a little more meaning.
yeah, and like it's also nominated for like the best original score, like Black Panther, Klansman, Isle of Dogs, Mary Poppins, if Bill Streets Could Talk, and the score okay, apart from the like the song and the whole like album for it, but the score for it, there's good things going for this score. The composer, what's his name? I don't know, but the composer, I remember watching a video and doing research about it, and he actually put a lot of thought and effort into it, which was really cool listening to what all he did. It was really interesting.
Wait, I
But
have a question.
yes,
What's the score?
oh, it's just like think of music but no words.
Oh,
It's like the background of.
instrumentals.
But Black Klansman, I don't even know why that's nominated. I remember watching it, and that's like one of my main problems with the movie. I was like, this score sounds weird. It sounds awful. Not awful,
Oh,
but it sounds
if
like
I would have known that, I would have paid more attention when I watched it. But it didn't stick out to me.
yeah. That's why. Mm. Uh, I want to pick Alexander Desplat for Isle of Dogs. That's just because I love Alexander. He did The Shape of Water, Fantastic Mr. Fox. If you think of anything Wes Anderson did, he probably did the soundtrack or the score for it, and it's just great. One of my favorites that he did was Mr. Mustafa for the Grand Budapest Hotel. That's one of my favorite songs from cinema. Bam. I
I haven't seen Budapest yet, but actually, as we're recording this on my TV right now, the little voodoo thing is bouncing around my screen. I am currently watching Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs is awesome. I
So I'll pay more attention to that after we finish recording this.
Speaking of Isle of Dogs, let me find the category. Hang on. Uh, Give me a second.
Do, 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 do.
I guess it's not here. I don't know. We'll talk about something else until I find it.
It was unnominated. That's why you can't find it.
It is nominated. The visual effects. I'll just talk about this for a second. You had Christopher Robinson that came out of nowhere. First Man, Ready Player One, Solo: A Star Wars Story, and Avengers: Infinity War. If I want something to go to someone, I want that to be Infinity War. But also, First Man was pretty badass. Watching that was awesome. I love Damien Chazelle. Damien Chazelle is one of my favorite directors. I can talk about him forever, but
Oh, that guy. You never shut up about him?
I know. So we're just gonna stop
Why
talking about
don't
him
you
right now.
just marry him?
Um, Sound mixing and editing. That's just a weird topic. I wouldn't I don't have like a strong opinion. Because I haven't like seen all those films and nor have I paid attention to them. Let's see. Give me.
Do, 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 do. Oh, Isle of Dogs. Uh, as I'm watching the movie, the entire time I'm thinking this must have taken so long because stop motion is already a really long process. Getting like 10 seconds of footage is like an all day process. So to make a whole movie must have taken a ridiculous amount of
That
time.
that's what I
But like a bravo
that
to the whole crew that did all of this, the designing
that's what
and
I
the shots.
absolutely love about stop motion because it's just something that like takes time. It takes time to work on it to get everything right. And I mean, even the cinematography and like just Wes Anderson in any of his movies, the cinematography looks great. But in that movie, it looked awesome. I loved it. It's so just mwah. Stop motion is pretty. It's a hard thing to like do, and yet here they are still doing it.
Oh, I watched this behind the scenes thing of the music video Aberdeen, the Cage the Elephant, and they said how long it took and how the storyline, how they came up with that. And it seemed like, wow, I would love to be on the set of someone doing stop motion because that is a long process. And just, I applaud anyone who has ever done stop motion and putting all that together, the editing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, I finally found it. Animated feature, best animated feature. Um, ooh. So you got The Incredibles 2, you got Isle of Dogs, uh, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I don't know how to say this. Mirai, Mirai. What does that spell?
Murray? I
I,
don't know.
I don't know.
I
There's
don't know what movie that is anyway.
I think it's like a animated type of thing. And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I will I would honestly cry if Spider-Man 1. Watching that in theaters, I almost watch it like two or three more times in theaters. I actually saw that it was still in theaters. But that movie deserves it. The way that it looks, the way how the movie just flows, it's just great.
I haven't seen it, but maybe you're a little biased. You also have a thing for Spider-Man.
You're just saying that just because Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be in the next Spider-Man.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. But thanks for reminding me. I'm definitely going to see it.
But
Jake Gyllenhaal can have my heart.
uh, I would love for Spider-Man to win or Isle of Dogs. I don't think Isle of Dogs is a strong enough movie though to win. I mean, it's a great movie. I love everything about it. Incredibles 2, like it was a fun movie. There's nothing that sticked out to me. It's just
I
another.
nearly cried watching Incredibles 2.
How?
Because, like, the opening scene gave me chills.
Oh well,
It's been so long since I've seen The Incredibles, and I loved it. It gave me the same experience. Like, as a youngin, as a young child, The Incredibles played a huge role. I've seen it a million and one times. Love that movie with all my heart. And seeing the second one, it nearly made me cry. I legitimately got chills. It was like the opening scene of A Star is Born.
oh my god.
Those are the two movies that have given me chills watching. It's just amazing. I would love to see The Incredibles win. But, if it doesn't, I'm not going to be upset.
I can agree. Like I agree with you. Like it was a really long time since The Incredibles won, and I adored The Incredibles. Don't get me wrong. I love that stuff. Watching The Incredibles 2 in theaters, like the red opening of the Pixar Disney castle, I was like, that is badass. Like hearing the old score and like the opening scene of them fighting as a family, like after the ending of the first movie, that just
Yeah.
that just brought like happiness. That brought the inner kid in me like screaming like, oh my god.
It made me so happy. I wanted to go see it again.
But I'm not counting on nostalgia to win for best feature. I'm not saying that it's not a good movie. I'm not saying Brad Bird doesn't make good movies. I'm just saying uh, it's not as good as these others originals. Well, Spider-Man's not really original. I guess the story is, but
Do you hear that?
oh yeah, that was at a car.
A freaking huge truck just drove by. Sorry for those listening. I live by a highway.
And I live like out of town nowhere where no one, like I legit have no neighbors now.
At Danny's house, you might hear some cows mooing.
Some roosters.
Roosters crowing.
I actually do
Wait,
hear.
roosters don't crow, do they?
I don't know what they do. Um, we'll talk about the actors and actresses, and then we'll go to the next subject. For actors, there's Bradley Cooper, there's Christian Bale, Willem Dafoe,
Queen Gaga.
and Raimi, and I don't know how to say that name, but the dude from Green Book. Honestly, I don't know. I would
Maybe I should look up these so I can, like.
I would love to see Willem Dafoe to win something, a leading actor. That would be pretty badass. He's a great actor. I love everything that he's in.
I haven't seen, like, any of his movies, I don't think. But I do know he was in one of my favorite games, Beyond Two Souls. That's how I know who Willem Dafoe is.
Let's
And that's where I discovered Ellen Page.
um for leading. I would want to see Willem Dafoe win, but who I think will more than likely win, I don't know. This is hard. Lead actress. I know you would go with Lady Gaga, but I would probably have to pick Olivia from The Favorite. from just what I've seen of her compared to these others. But also like Melissa McCarthy, she's a funny actress, but her like doing something out of like doing something serious, that'll be cool to see her win. Supporting actor, I was like so surprised Adam Driver got nominated.
I haven't seen any of these. The favorite. Wait, supporting. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I have. Supporting actor. Yeah, I don't know any of these. I know Sam Elliott, Adam Driver. That's
There's
about it.
there's Sam Rockwell. There he is. There he is. He won Best Supporting Actor last year for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is a great film. I loved it. Well, I think he'll get this one. Doubt it.
Out of the two movies that I've seen, I think Adam Driver should get that.
But I feel like that was so random though. Like even watching the movie, I didn't kind of seemed bland to me. But that's just me though. Supporting actress. I'm just gonna go ahead and just say Emma Stone. That's just because I love her to death. Emma Stone can have my heart.
I don't know any of these people besides Emma Stone.
You know Amy Adams.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen Vice.
For director, this is the last thing I'll talk about, then we can move on. Since we've been talking about this for a long time. For a director, Spike Lee was kind of random.
Yeah, I also can't say much about the directors because I haven't seen any of these movies besides Black Klansman.
I think
Director is not my territory. That's Danny. He's the one that does all the research, frickin' reads biographies on the director's life and how it inspired the movie. I don't know anything about that.
no. All right, you can ask Lenny here how I was the other night looking up the director for A Ghost Story, trying to find where he shot the movie.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Never mind, I'll shut up.
I'll just like give him like a short story. So like I was wanting to find where they shot A Ghost Story, and I was looking through so many articles, so much everything, videos, everything, trying to find where they shot the freaking movie. And the director David Lowery, he was like, we it was from a high school. He found a house around the high school he used to go to, or where he graduated from. And so I had to graduate which high school he went to, and I've looked all around Google Maps to try to find the area where he did it, and I still can't find it. But
We're gonna go as far. We're gonna track down where this house was.
that's honestly one of our goals for a video, and you will see that probably around June, maybe July, who knows. If we find it. We'll find it though. I promise. But apart from that, director, I don't know, man. I've seen all.
Oh man, it must suck to have grown up with a name like Pawlikowski.
Oh my god.
That must suck. He must have been made fun of so much.
uh, I think it'll just go to Roma. That dude. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that dude. It did have good direction. Everything about that movie is pretty good movie. It's a very wholesome, nice movie to watch.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
But we'll talk about this next week again after the Oscars. We'll record on Monday night after the Oscars and talk about all the winners, agreeing or disagreeing if they deserved it or not. There's probably a lot of things that we missed, um, but it's okay. We'll talk more about them on the next episode. So we'll just get out of this and we'll just go back into the other topics, in which I don't have any other topics.
Oh, well, guess that's it.
we'll find another topic off the top of our heads right quick.
The next topic, streaming services. This is just kind of like top of our heads.
Yeah, we didn't have really anything
My
planned.
what?
I said yeah because we didn't have really nothing planned. I think the main thing we wanted to talk about was like Zach and the movies, but this is what we'll end off with, and that's streaming services.
Um, my favorites: music, movies, Spotify, and Netflix. Those are my
Those are the
top two
OG.
for everything.
Um, I do love Netflix. I mean, I wish they would put more movies that I do actually enjoy and love. I know they put Pulp Fiction back on there, which made me happy. Um, they do have a lot of
They
movies that I do love, like Pulp Fiction, Scott Pilgrim.
they
Um,
also put Silver Lining Playbook.
oh
I've
yes,
seen it once before, but I think I'm gonna watch it tonight just to refresh my memory.
yeah, they put Silver Lining back on there. That's pretty awesome. I love that movie. It's pretty great.
Hulu, I have used Hulu once. It was not my account. They have more movies and shows than Netflix,
I
but there are ads.
oh yes, that's what I don't like about using Hulu. There are ads, and it's really weird. I do have Hulu, and I use it occasionally on my phone. I mostly use it on my phone because when I'm out and about, just wanting to watch other stuff. But strangely enough, since Hulu's like just a thing for TV, I use it to watch movies. That's what I love to watch because it actually has more movies that I love on here than I do for Netflix.
Netflix is more for the originals.
Yeah, like it has Isle of Dogs, A Fantastic Woman, a
Think of any
Spotlight.
movie that you've ever liked ever. It's not on Netflix.
Like
But the originals, those are good. A lot of people complain about Netflix originals, but I'm a fan. I like them.
I love like just watching them. They're just they're funny to watch. Some of them are weird. They're pretty cool. Um,
One Day at a Time is a great show. Everyone should watch it. Atypical, beautiful show.
yeah, you have Netflix originals, which I feel like is starting to become, or is really right now, like a more bigger thing to the people are talking about. Like I remember, at least the biggest one that I remember was 13 Reasons Why. Everyone was watching it. Everyone was talking about it. You know, as much as even when season two came out. I remember when people finally finished season two, everyone was talking about that last episode.
Oh, with 13 Reasons Why. Honestly, I think they messed up by waiting so long in between seasons. Because by the time the second season came out, I was so over it. Like, I was hyped after finishing the first season, but by the time the second one came out, I had completely lost interest and had no desire to finish the show.
Yeah,
I couldn't even remember how the last season ended. It had been so long.
but with Netflix, I feel like Netflix is pretty awesome with its originals. It gives people like a lot of chances. Like Roma. Roma's was a great movie. Great movie. Um, I would have never imagined Netflix would give them a chance to do a foreign film actually. So that's pretty awesome of Netflix to do, and also with their shows and other side projects. I mean, they're not the best things in the world. Dear Lord, they're not the best things in the world, but they're there. With Hulu, I think they did try to start doing originals, but they're not as popular as Netflix. I think they're just trying to get into the trend of it.
Yeah, Netflix is just pumping out shows, movies. It's great.
Yeah. With music, I use Spotify too. I've always had premium. It's pretty great,
I only recently switched to premium in like December,
and she's
which
never
was
going back.
pretty crazy. It was a day before Danny got me
Oh yeah,
a card to get premium because I had been using Spotify for years.
but
The
never
free one.
premium. Yeah. I love Spotify. And I have an Apple phone. I love it more than Apple Music. I never used Apple Music. I used it maybe once, and I hated it. Like I got awful. Just I was like, ugh, this is weird. I don't like it.
I am a Samsung user, so I have Google Play, but one time I bought an album off of Google Play and a ringtone. I don't know why. I was young,
Youngin.
a youngin, and it never gave me the album that I bought.
Yeah.
And I got the ringtone, but I couldn't set it to any of my alarms. So Google is just kind of iffy. Never really liked it. So I moved to Spotify. Greatest decision I've ever made.
Yeah. I love
My
Spotify.
sister uses Slacker and what is it? Milk Music.
What?
Yuck. Pandora. Gross.
Pandora's okay. It's good if you want to listen. If you want to like find some new music to listen to, kind of like the radio. But then
I
also,
feel like they only play popular music.
yeah. But then also on Spotify, you can do that too. If you go to like, oh, I actually play something. If you go to like, they're called stations. You just pick a station and it just plays random things from the topic. And also it has podcasts and like actually music videos too, which is awesome. And I actually have listened to because the chill guy, the chill cast is on here with Zach and D Dub, and I've been listening to following them, and I've been listening to them. They're pretty cool, and I love how you can do it. You can like download it. It saves where the last you left off. It's pretty great. I love
Oh my
Spotify.
god, oh my god. My dog is laying on my remote and it's totally messing up my movie. There we go, I fixed it.
But yeah. Also with Spotify, I mean, you can literally put it anywhere. I have it on my computer, on my PlayStation, on a tablet. It's pretty great. On my phone.
I just like how Spotify seems to actually care about you. It'll make you a personalized playlist every day. Beautiful. I feel loved. And if you're listening to music and want to find new artists, it'll do that. It'll give you artists that you actually like. It's not gonna,
Oh yeah.
like Pandora, if you're listening to some sad, mellow music, and then it'll throw in some Halsey. What the heck?
uh, uh,
That doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
Spotify loves me.
I love their things. Like I remember last year when they did like your top songs that you listened in 2018. I was like, whoa, and it like showed like the most this the band that you listened to the most, the artist you listened to the most, the song you repeated the most. Like that's pretty cool. I remember there's also like a thing that to show it on the billboard of like somewhere in New York. That was really strange, but pretty awesome. But yeah, um, I think that'll be it for today's episode, and we'll get to talk to y'all next week about all the winners for the Oscars. So that'll be fun.
That will be fun. I will keep up this time. This year, I'm actually being held to watch the Oscars.
By me, so that'll be fun.
So, yep.
We'll see y'all next. Well, there might be another video this week if we're motivated enough. I don't know. We'll see, but if not, we'll see us next week.
See ya. Booga bubba.
Goodbye.